Hi, my name's Jamie. I'm with the Stop LAPD Spying Coalition. Today is International Workers' Day, also known as May Day, and we're here in Los Angeles by MacArthur Park, and we're joining Unión de Barrio, who's about to engage on an unpermitted march through Los Angeles, ending in City Hall. The Stop LAPD Spying Coalition was invited by Unión de Barrio to come and film the police and the type of surveillance, spying, and infiltration they do to social justice marches. Come along with us for the ride and get exposed to the surveillance state that we live in. May Day goes back in history all the way to 1886 during Chicago and the Haymarket strikes, where hundreds of thousands of workers gathered and rallied and protested to fight for the 8-hour workday. They were met with intense police violence and brutality to try to shut down their attempt to win this 8-hour workday. Some were hung. Some, after capture, were told that they committed suicide while they were incarcerated. So this is the history that we're dealing with today in Los Angeles. It's 2015 and we're experiencing the same type of police brutality nationwide.
Everything's been calm and cool so far. They've been letting us hold this space, but we'll be out here documenting the entire march and seeing what advances they take.
Is LAPD using any human or electronic surveillance?
You know what? The only thing we're going to do is control traffic. So when the sound truck is moving, we're going to block the lane to make sure there's no issues with the vehicle and sound trucks.
During this march, LAPD is not going to have any equipment for surveillance?
No, the only thing we have up right now is our helicopter, but they're monitoring different marches throughout the city. And that's just to monitor the traffic movement. And there's really nothing else. There's no other need to monitor other than supporting the traffic movement right now.
Well, thank you.
Take care.
Okay.
Well, one of the reasons the coalition is here is because we know that LAPD has programs of surveillance and spying and infiltration in the community. This is nothing new, but the use of more technology to accomplish this surveillance is what is new, and massive amounts of information sharing that they can do. So what we're going to be doing is that there's a lot of our members who have been trained in Know Your Rights.
We want to be in teams, particularly two. We ask one person to be like the camera person, the video person, and the other person do handwritten documentation. Just being in teams and being safe, being each other's scout and lookout brothers and sisters and keepers.
A lot of us who have been doing Watch the Watchers are very familiar with the different types of equipment we see. One of them is called Freedom on the Move, and this one is in a flatbed truck. It has a long pole, and attached to it, it has a camera with high-def capacities to basically take photographs of people in the crowd. It also has infrared, which allows it to target in on the particular person it's trying to take a photograph of. So you'll also see vans with satellites on top of them, and these vans basically swoop up communication. They can also maintain communication between any kind of emergency personnel or law enforcement, but they also can disrupt communication. A lot of protesters have often stated that they'll be around these vehicles and they notice their phones will be drained, they'll notice that they can't communicate with their friends anymore. And the last piece of equipment that we've seen often is LRADs, and those are long-range acoustic devices, which are basically sound machines meant to scare people. These are some of the ways that they infiltrate and watch us. Yet we know that the architecture of surveillance is much larger, consisting of human and electronic surveillance equipment such as high-definition cameras, automatic license plate readers, video recording equipment, including body cameras, building and street surveillance equipment, also known as trapwire, tracking of personal cell phones with Stingray technology, and much, much more. We also keep an eye out for infiltrators and informants because they play the role of infiltrating our political spaces and at times inciting and instigating violence.
We interviewed two people, right? And General Dogon and some other people from the coalition had identified them as being undercover police officers. So we went up and we asked them, and they're completely denying it.
You guys undercover too, talk to him.
What are you doing here today?
I just want to see what the march was about.
Oh, okay. Have you attended the march before?
Never.
Never.
First time.
First time?
Yeah.
Are you an undercover? I'm with Stop LAPD Spying Coalition.
I'm sorry?
Stop LAPD Spying Coalition.
Oh, really? What's that about?
Are you an
Do you know where there's a bathroom?
Are you an undercover?
Do you know where there's a bathroom around? I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh. Do you know if there's some sort of a law that says that if you are an undercover?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I didn't know it.
I'm not going to say much more than that. Do you think that when LAPD towards protesters, do you think it's a violation of our right to protest? Do you think it could have the impact of making people feel unsafe?
People are entitled to feel any way they want to feel. It's not a violation of their rights.
Do you think it could make people feel intimidated because maybe they think that you're collecting information?
I can't assume what's in other people's minds and what might or might not make them feel subscribed.
Say you were in the crowd and you were protesting for something that you believed in.
I'm happy to live in a country where I can exercise that right, because you can't exercise that right everywhere.
Okay, so you wouldn't be concerned about data collection? Not at all. Okay, well thank you. Thanks.
So one of our biggest questions is, why do we have this equipment here? Why do we have this high advanced electronic militarized equipment to surveil us, to watch us when all we are is protesters in the street practicing our First Amendment right and demanding, fair wages, legalization, and an end to police violence? They are looking for quote unquote insurgents. They think that our demands are unreasonable, and this is the reason why the Watch the Watchers program is here, because we want to expose this, and we want to expose that who they're addressing and social justice organizers. We continue to watch the Watchers at protests and events in our community in order to document the police presence and the tactics they are using to spy, surveil, and infiltrate our movement. It's important that communities watch the Watchers so they know that we will not allow them to violate our human rights. We ask you to join us in your own community. Please find out more information by going to www.stoplapdspying.org.
I thought you said you weren't a cop.
Oh, hello.
Wait, you lied to us?
It was a ruse, not a lie.
What's a ruse?
Ruse? You're trying to trick somebody, right? You can do that.
But I thought when you're a public official, right, that you have certain standards where you're not supposed to lie to the public.
Look it up. We can trick somebody. It's called the ruse. RUSE.